Welcome back to the channel, Madden 23 franchise with the Seahawks. We are 0-5, which is not ideal if you want to make the playoffs and all those sorts of good things, but I don't know if we want to make the playoffs. I don't think this team would do all that well. So we have some breakout scenarios that we touched on last episode, and it's Poona Ford with a opportunity here. And we can potentially upgrade his dev trait if we get him a sack, interception, and some other things that a defensive tackle would probably not be likely to get. Also, one of our linebackers, Uchenna Nwosu, he played awesome last game. He did. I believe he had 2-3 sacks in that game. So if we can have another big game from him against this Cardinals squad, that's another young guy. Well, he's a young guy on this team. We have to get him 2 TFLs or sacks, which that's a big ask, I think, especially with a quarterback as mobile as Kyler Murray. And we have a crisis in confidence we need to deal with here. One of our receivers, I thought this would be Tyler Lockett. I thought it was DK Metcalf, and he hasn't been as productive as he's been hoping, so we're going to agree with him. I hear you, and I understand. We're going to do our best to get you involved throughout the game today. Keep your head up and be ready to make some plays. So yeah, we're gonna, and he appreciates it. So we're gonna try to get DK Metcalf the ball, which I think is probably the best option for this offense personally, until we can run the ball a little bit better. So keep your promise to him, get him 100 plus receiving yards, which I think he had last game anyway. So it's kind of weird that his goal is to just have a game that he had the week prior, even though he said that wasn't as productive as he was like to be. I think it should be something a little tougher, like maybe 150 yards or something. But either way, we go through here, our training, once again, half pads, just showing that so in case if a player ends up injured, you're not wondering, hey, where's that player? Well, there it is. He got injured. But thankfully, no one got injured. And Abraham Lucas, our right tackle that has really struggled last week against Cam Jordan. And yeah, so gets pass block, finesse, and pass block. Power +1 awareness, so yeah, so hope we can come in here and have a better game against the Cardinals. They're 2-3, we're 0-5. Let's see what happens. So we are here in Seattle. It's the Cardinals Seahawks, some NFC West football here. Kyler Murray coming into this one. He secured the bag. DeAndre Hopkins, he's not taking any more bags of steroids, hopefully. And the Seahawks looking to pick up their first win against anyone this season. Have not won a game, and it would be pretty sweet to get a win against a NFC West foe who's also not having as good of a season as they thought they were going to have. Second for Kyler Murray. He's turned the ball over a bit this year, and he's going to do it again. Justin Coleman picks it off, and he's going to take this one all the way back to the house. And Seattle strikes first, pick 6. Justin Coleman takes it back. Kyler Murray needs to get that ball out quicker. And Coleman read that one perfectly, trying to get it to Brown, and wasn't able to do so, and Coleman takes it all the way back. Big play right there by the defense. So here's James Conner, and he gets a big run here up the sideline, outrunning almost everybody. Gets shoved out of bounds after picking up 29 on that one. So now here comes the Cardinals again. 1st and 10. Shotgun formation, empty set. Kyler Murray on the run. Stops and then gets sacked anyways. That was not good right there. Really poor decision there by Kyler Murray. Needs to get rid of that football. Tried running and then tried throwing and then just not ideal. So now 3rd and 18 coming up here. Kyler stands tall, as tall as he can, in the pocket and converts on the deep play right there. Big play right there for Marquise Brown. So now 2nd and 10. Here's going to be a read option here. Kyler's going to keep it. Tries to stand up, and the football's out. Fumble. Jordan Brooks recovers it. So 2 turnovers here for Kyler Murray. And Kyler, and we all know he's not exactly the biggest guy, so trying to truck over people is definitely not a good idea. Someone able to just punch that football out from behind him. And out comes the Seattle offense. First time today, they already have a lead. So playing from in front, they don't do that too much this season. Haven't done that this much this season. Here's Kenneth Walker getting a really nice run right there. picking up a good amount of yardage right there. 13 for his first run of the day. Feels like they're starting to get it going with him a little bit more. So now Drew Lock going to find Noah Fant. Fant going to get shoved out of bounds. But there is a flag on the play, and it feels like, well, this time it's actually a good thing, depending on how you look at it. Roughing the passer, so Drew Lock doesn't feel any better about it, but it does tack on some extra yardage to the play. So now 1st and 10 at the 22. Going to find Marquise Goodwin underneath. Going to pick up some nice yardage right there. 2nd and 3. Lock looking, and that one is not very accurate. Tried finding DK Metcalf, so now 3rd and 3. Drew Lock steps back, throws this one up. DK comes down with it. Touchdown, Seahawks. And they're going to take a 14-point lead here in this one. Drew Lock delivers a fine ball right there to DK Metcalf, who's just able to go up and snag that one out of the air. So now Arizona, they need to make something happen here. Here's AJ Green. I believe, nope, that is going to be a rush. I thought that maybe I thought that was more of a little touch pass right there. I thought that would count as a pass. Instead, it's going to count as a run. This one is a pass as well. Kyler Murray getting some completions here, trying to find his rhythm a little bit. 3rd and 5, or 3rd and 4, and he's going to find Marquise Brown underneath again. And he has really given the Seattle team some fits here now after that interception. Once again, here's another handoff here to AJ Green. That's his 2nd rush of the day. Picking up a 1st down again. So Cliff Kingsbury, he likes it. 2nd and 6 now. Kyler throws this one. Gonna find AJ Green again. Lots of action here for AJ Green and Brown. Not so much for DeAndre Hopkins so far, but you know, outside of the interception, it is working a little bit right here as they pick up another 1st down. So now 1st and 10. Kyler Murray scans the field. Throws it here to James Conner, who is a tough guy to bring down. So now 2nd and 2. Here comes the Cardinals. Kyler Murray stands in the pocket, throws this one, and that's to Conner again. And that's going to be a 1st down. I thought that was behind the line. So here's a handoff here to Conner. Doesn't matter. He just walks right into the end zone. James Conner with the touchdown, getting the Cardinals on the board. So he just runs that one right in, untouched, except after he got into the end zone. So now 14-7 Seahawks. Here comes Drew Lock taking a deep shot here. DK can't come up with that one. So now 2nd and 10. Drew Lock steps back, throws this one up to Goodwin, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off is Drew Lock again, and is he going to take this one all the way back to the house? No, he doesn't. Jalen Thompson with the interception all the way down to the 4. Poor decision. I don't know if that was a poor decision, just a great play from Thompson. Here's AJ Green into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. This one's going to be tied up after that interception. So now 3rd and 13. Drew Lock steps back, throws this one up for DK again, and he comes down with it this time. Big gainer up the sideline right there. Desmond Trufant having a somewhat tough time keeping up with DK Metcalf here today on these sort of just big, deep shot plays. That's really the Seattle offense this year. Deep shot plays and, 2-yard runs. So not the most efficient. So now 1st and 10. Drew Lock throws this one up for DK, and he can't hold on to the football. That would have been another touchdown for him if he could have held on. 3rd and 10 now. Drew Lock just going to check this one down to Rashad Penny. And honestly, that's probably the best decision right there. Just check it down. Decide to go for it on 4th and 2. So now Lock throws this one to Goodwin, and that's going to get picked off. So from one good decision then to a bad decision right there. But I think that's just a really good play by the defense, I believe by Byron Murphy Jr. I think that's just a good play. I think that's all you can chalk that one up to right there. It's just defense making a play. So now the Seattle defense, can they hold here and not allow any more points on the board? And here's Marquise Brown just abusing the zone defense of the Seattle Seahawks team. 1st and 10 now, handoff to Conner. He's going to cut this one outside, gets some blocks, and then gets brought down at the 30 after picking up the 1st down. So now here comes Arizona again. 1st and 10. Kyler Murray, look at that. Great throw there to Zach Ertz. No one able to get to that one besides the intended target. So now 2nd and 5. Kyler looking, throws, and is able to find Marquise Brown and pick up a few yards right there. So now 3rd and 2. Steps back again, just quick throws, felt the heat, and wasn't able to find anyone. So out would come the field goal unit for Arizona. I think you would call that a win, just giving up a field goal instead of a touchdown. So 3rd quarter now. Kyler going to find DeAndre Hopkins. I believe that's the first time we've called his number today. He did not get too involved in this game. 3rd and 7. Here's Kyler throwing this one up deep. Marquise Brown just outruns Justin Coleman right there. And that's the blazing speed of Marquise Brown right there. Hopefully he doesn't show that speed on any freeways anytime soon. So here's Kyler going to find his man right there again, picking up the 1st down. I'm not sure who that was because the game doesn't show me their name. So here's Kyler, handoff here. A.J. Green trying that again. Or technically that's a pass this time. So now 3rd and goal coming up here. Can Seattle hold? Nope, James Conner just runs right through the gap right there for the touchdown. And Arizona pulls ahead even further now in this one to make it 24-14. So now 2nd and 7. Play action look here. Drew Lock throws this one, and DK Metcalf able to make a play right there for the 1st down. Telling Isaiah Simmons, guys are going the wrong way here. I assume. So here's Kenneth Walker getting bounced around a little bit here. Only 5 rushes at this point in the game, but, you know, at this point, they decided to lean on Kenneth Walker a little bit, and it starts to show here. Some better blocks for Kenneth Walker, opening things up for him a little bit. And if this running attack, like this right here, nice run for Kenneth Walker, if those sorts of runs can start to come a little more frequent, it would really open up this offense. So now Drew Lock throws cross body. This time it goes pretty well. Tyler Lockett able to come down with that one. So now 2nd and 4. Lock looking, doesn't want to turn this ball over, and he's just going to end up running out of bounds. Should have just threw it away. Should have threw it at J.J. Watt's feet, and the offense just kind of grown. So now 3rd and 11. Drew Lock here going to make a big throw to DK Metcalf right there to extend the drive. 1st and goal now at the 7. Now up to 3rd and goal. Handoff here. Kenneth Walker shoves one man off of him. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown. Number 1 on the career for Kenneth Walker. I don't think anyone thought it would take up to week 6 for him to finally find pay dirt. That's just how bad the blocking's been. But today, in this second half specifically, the blocking has gotten a lot better for him as he just bursts right through Nick Vigil right there. So maybe more Walker kind of just doing it himself. So now 2nd and 1. Here's Connor with a run here. A little bit of a, I believe that was more of a read option right there. And decides to just let Connor take it. And that was the right decision for sure. So now 2nd and 3. Another sort of looks like option play. And maybe Kyler should have kept that one because that doesn't get anything. So now 3rd and 3. Kyler steps back. Shotgun formation. Throws this one up to Connor. Jump ball. He's not able to come down with it. That's not his game. So then out would come the field goal unit here for Arizona. Looks like this one was going to be a miss. Said it kind of curves back in. And Arizona able to re-extend their lead out here a little bit to 6. So here's Kenneth Walker. Look at that. Change of direction is so good with him. Big play right there. Instead, there's a penalty, though, and this is going to be a hold. Maybe this is going to be on Gabe Jackson. So now that's going to bring this one back. 3rd and 8 coming up. Drew Lock going to step back. And he's just going to get hit as he throws that football. And that is how that drive would come to an end. What looked like it was going to be a really good drive, shaping up for something nice. Instead, it ends. 3rd and 4, though, for the Cardinals. Kyler steps back, and that's picked off. Sidney Jones picks it off. No one's going to tackle him here. He's going to outrun everyone into the end zone. Goes Sidney Jones. Pick 6, number 2 on the day for this Seattle defense. And that is going to tie this thing up pending the PAT. And Arizona looks like they were going to maybe going for a drive here and just put this one away. Instead, it's Sidney Jones picking it off. Poor decision right there. That was completely covered up. And he takes this one back to the house. So instead, 2-point conversion here. And Drew Lock going to find Lockett. And that'll make it 29-27. Probably a bit of a safeguard if the Cardinals score a touchdown here. So out would come Kyler Murray in this Cardinals offense. And here's James Conner. I'm not sure what Burton was doing right there. He kind of just ceded the ground right there to Conner. Didn't even touch him. So now 1st and 10. Arizona. Kyler throws this one up, and that should have been picked off. Not sure what happened right there. Looks like Jamal Adams is going to make a play on it, and then looks like he got his legs taken out from under him. So now 2nd and 10. Screenplay right here. Sidney Jones had it sniffed out, but the blocking gets there so quick, he's not able to make a play on it. 3rd and 1. Here comes Kyler, throwing it right here to his man. I believe that's A.J. Green, and that's going to be a 1st down conversion for them. So now Kyler again, looking, throws this one to DeAndre Hopkins. D-Hop making some plays here in this 4th quarter. So now 1st and 10 again. Kyler going to hand this one off. Nope, he's going to keep it. And there's Quandre Diggs trying to rip that ball out, not allowing him to make any more of that gain. And that's a completion, but it's out of bounds, so that's not going to count. 3rd and 9 coming up here. Kyler looking, just throws this one away. Figures, hey, we're going to, get some points here with a field goal. That'll give us a lead. So out would come the Arizona field goal unit. And that one's good, and that gives them the lead 30-29. So can Drew Lock make some magic happen? We'll see. Lock here steps back and to find Noah Fant. And Fant's going to get out of bounds. That'll be 2nd and inches. So here they come back again. Kenneth Walker can't get anything to go here. The ball's fumbled, but they fall on it. There's a flag on the play. That was almost the game right there, and it's holding. And that is going to be on Phil Hayes. And Arizona accepts the penalty, even though it would have been 3rd and 3 if they declined. I get the idea of trying to move them back, but instead you made it 2nd and 10. You gave them 2 extra plays. They don't need it because they get it on the next play there with a pass to Fant. So here's a handoff. Kenneth Walker picking up some nice yardage right there. 2nd and 3. Not at field goal range yet, but starting to get there. And there's another nice run. Another timeout here. Seattle's going to call it. Going to keep some time on this clock. 1st and 10 now. Lock looking. Going to find DK. And that should get him in the field goal range. Going to call a timeout. So here comes the Seahawks now. 2nd and 1. Handoff here to Kenneth Walker. And that's going to make this even easier for him. For them to kick this field goal. Here it is. 15 seconds left. Another handoff to Walker. He's only going to pick up like a yard right there. But they're going to let the time click all the way down to 2 seconds. Out comes the field goal unit. Can Seattle hit this? Win their first game, and they hit it! And Seattle, the Seahawks, are not going to have a shot at 0-17. They will have a shot at 1-16 as Arizona's nightmare season continues. They drop another one here as Drew Lock is able to get his team into field goal position to win this football game. The Seahawks improve to 1-5 on the year as the Cardinals fall to 2-4. And as the final, this one was Seattle. Almost said Seahawks and Seattle in one word. As the Seahawks get 32, Cardinals 30. Seahawks get a win here. Drew Lock, 16 of 32, 237 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. Kenneth Walker, 1 yard away from getting 100, but he does get his first career touchdown. DK, 6 receptions, 122 yards, and a touchdown. Kyler Murray, 28 of 40, and 1 touchdown to 2 pick sixes. Both of those went back for scores. James Conner had a great game, and so did A.J. Green, but it wasn't enough to defeat the Seahawks in Week 6. So we finally get a win, which is really nice. And we get some nice upgrades here for Poona Ford. Weren't able to get him that dev trade upgrade. Just didn't work out that way for us. I believe in that first sack that we had on Murray, which might have been the only sack, I believe he was in the vicinity of that, but then Burton ended up getting the sack. But we do get an upgrade here for Poona Ford. He gets +3 hit power. I know he didn't want to re-sign with us, but I would really like to keep him around. And then Cody Barton, I believe I just called him Burton. We get a nice upgrade for him. +2 zone coverage, +1 awareness. Block shedding's pretty nice. And +1 tackle, you always take that. So we'll talk to our breakout players. They did not meet their goals, which is somewhat disappointing. And yeah, they played fine. I thought the defense played pretty decently. A lot of the errors sometimes I made those. Those 2 interceptions. Once again, Uchenna Nwosu, he doesn't reach his goal as well. That interception, both of those, I tried using the trigger passing, the new sort of pass lead. Kind of almost worked, but just the receiver wasn't able to catch up to the football. Speaking of receivers, DK, he had a really good game. So, doesn't get anything out of this. He doesn't get like a dev trade upgrade. He's already a superstar X Factor. But what DK does get, I believe, for, weird that he says Lockett. Him and Lockett are a tandem. And DK is very happy with that performance. He should be. And he gets 2,500 XP, which is, that's pretty good for him. Sidney Jones was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. 8 tackles, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, and that pick 6, of course, on that interception. So Sidney Jones, I kind of scoffed at him at the start of the series, but he had a big game this week, and that really fueled us to get the victory. We have some trade offers here for our backup tight end, Will Disley. I feel like these are all kind of like cheaty trades. Like, we could acquire Cesar Ruiz and a 4th-round pick. I feel like that's just like too good. And so we're not going to make any of these trades. Disley, he's a good backup tight end for us. And I don't want to do any like trades that feel like cheating in the franchise. So we have a breakout linebacker. We'll touch on that when we come back for the next episode. We'll look forward to that as we take on the 2-4 Los Angeles Chargers. They're a down team this year for some reason. So, hey, maybe we can steal a victory from the Chargers. And, you know, the NFC West, it's not out of the picture if we can start turning things around. The 49ers at 3-3. The Cardinals are at 2-4. So maybe we can get things together and make a run at this NFC West. So be sure to come back for that. Hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.